In our church, we are convinced that the job of the church is to go and disciple all nations. Um, so our outreach is to everyone that we come in contact with. However, feel like our expertise is in the Filipino work. We get to have more contacts in that way, and we are more familiar with the Filipino. So we are a bulk of our ministry and prayers goes to reaching out to the Filipinos in the area, because we know that they may be Christians, they may think they're Christians, but a lot of them is just because they were born in a religion called Christianity. When we started it back in early 80s or late 80s, it was difficult when you're alone. It was so hard, you and just your family working hard. So the partnership that has been developed the last few years, late 90s or just the last 10 years, that has been, I believe, most significant approach to church planting, because the church planter does not feel like he's by himself. But if you have those people around you that gives you the encouragement and the prayers, it's bearable. We are blessed to hear the ministry of Pastor Slava, his testimony, his wife's, and we got to know similarities about our struggles when we were back home in the Philippines and when they were back in Ukraine. So those things are our inspiration. For the older Filipinos, for us, it's a little bit of it's not a struggle, but it's just a challenge. We still look back to traditions in the Philippines and things like that. We don't want to lose that, but it's the newer generation that I think would have the more excitement of reaching others, and that's what we are trying to instill in our young people, that when we do missions and we continue to open their eyes, that it's not only here in New York City, there are many other places that need to know the gospel. We have done mission trips to the Philippines, hoping in the future that we can go to other countries, not just the Philippines. We don't want to limit what God can do through our church. So as the Lord opens doors, and we will see that our faith is going to be stretched, then that's our prayer, that we will grow in those areas.